Hi everybody, I'm Tammy at All About Living, and today we're going to make French apricot jam. And the reason for that is, if y'all watched any of my older videos, I volunteer a couple of times a month at our local food pantry. And sometimes we get really questionable produce. And most people really don't know what to do with it. So we don't even try to give some of it out. Some of it's just, too far gone. But we got these, a whole box of apricots. And they, had spots or mold and completely rotten. They were just not good. But this one's good. This one's good. This one's good. This one's good. But that's about it. There's like 4. That one might not be good. But there'd be like 4 out of a whole pound. Well, if you're getting that at a pantry, you feel really gypped. Okay. So we just don't pass out stuff like that. So at the end of the day, it'll go in the dumpster. And I was like, well, I can try, it won't hurt to try to make some jam. So I brought it home. I washed it in a vinegar rinse and let it soak. Then I washed and peeled and cored and got them ready. And then the recipe I'm going to use is from that 1963 cookbook that I was telling you about the other day. And I'm just going to read it to you because it's pretty simple. It's just simple. An old French recipe. You need 5 cups of sugar and 3 pounds, which is 24 to 30 apricots, peeled, pitted, and chopped. Then you pour 2 cups of sugar over the apricots and let stand for 8 hours. Well, what I did was I got this stuff home yesterday, and it would not have made it overnight or even a few more hours. It was just really time sensitive. So I went ahead and did all the prep and put it in here and put my sugar in there, and I left it overnight. So now it's Thursday and we're going to go ahead and get it done. I've already put it on to boil. It's been gently boiling for about 15 or 20 minutes now. Then I'll finish. All right. Add remaining sugar, boil gently until thick, mash with spoon while mixture cooks, remove from heat and skim, then ladle into hot jars and seal. No water bath, no nothing. Well, I am going to water bath. I just feel better about it if I water bath. But it says that you don't have to. So we're going to get this done. Let's get to the pot and I'll show you what it looks like at this point. Always open lids away from your face so that steam doesn't blast you. Alright, we're going to set this down. We're going to go in there and give that a stir. See how done those apricots are. My sugar is starting to clear up now. It's not cloudy. And instead of using a spoon for a masher, I'm just going to use my handy dandy potato masher. And I'll just go in there and lightly smash them a little bit. I like fruit in my jam. I don't, you could put an emulsion blender in here and really pulverize it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to lightly, so I have little chunks of fruit in my jam. There we go. Okay, in order to water bath, you need your jars to be as hot as the liquid that you put in it, or you risk breaking your jar. So I just drop my jars right down in the water, let it fill up, and then I heat the water and get those jars really good and hot. Now also, I know they say you don't have to anymore, but I still will put my lids and rings in water and I will heat those, but not to boiling. Those I just turn on, and if I can't stick my finger in it, you know, just take it and drop it in and out real quick. That's hot enough for that. All you want to do is loosen the rubber on the seal. That's it. Away from your face, remember that, because that steam is hot. Okay, and we're just going to make sure we're not sticking. And I've been gently simmering this for about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes so far. I think I'm going to give it maybe 10 more minutes. And then we're going to jar this up. There's some things that you really need to have when you're water bath canning, or any kind of canning for that matter. You're going to need a funnel, unless you just want to make a total mess. That's a must. A ladle, a jar lifter, a debubbler, a magnet, a cup of vinegar, and either a paper towel or a clean dish linen. Okay, now we're going to take these jars out because they're good and hot. And my jam's ready to put in. So we're just going to get that water out. And set them, you know, with a good inch of space between them so you don't accidentally crack them. Okay, and it really doesn't matter about your jars. You know, as long as they all hold the same amount, it doesn't really matter whether they're tall or short or fat. Just as long as they're all, these are all half pints. And we're going to get them filled up right now. Okay, we're going to turn this eye off. And I'm going to bring my pot over here. Okay, I'm going to put my funnel on there, and we're going to leave a ½ inch. Or actually, you know what? We're going to leave a ¼ inch of headspace. For jams, you really only need a ¼ of an inch. Which puts it just below the... I have a little more left, but I'll have to make a second batch. I'll have to make another run in my water bath canner. Okay. My lids are hot. Oh, before you put the lids on, remember I told you, you need to debubble. You need to just go in toward the outside. And make sure you don't have any captured air in there. Alright, now we're debubbled. We're going to clean these lids with our vinegar. And be careful because these jars are hot. But you don't want to leave anything on that rim that would stop it from sealing. Now we're going to take our magnet Get our lids and get them centered on the jars. Now we need to situate our rings. Fingertip tight, not tight, don't torque them down. You just want to make sure that they're on. Just like that. Don't need to be muscle woman to do this, just fingertip tight. And these rings, you can use those over and over and over, but you really shouldn't use the caps. What I do with my caps is I don't throw them away, but I use them to dry can, the vacuum sealer stuff. That's what I use those for after I've used them for this. Okay, in the bottom of your water bath canner, you should always have something between your jars and the heat. Now I have these plates that already come with my canner, but if you don't have that and you need to use something like this as your water bath, make sure you put a towel or something in the bottom, just as long as there's something between your jars and the flame. Now we're going to get them loaded. Now we're going to get a lid on there. And we're going to let that water come up to a good rolling boil. And then we'll start our timer for 10 minutes. Okay. I've started my timer for 10 minutes. I'm at a good boil in there. And I got 10 minutes. Away from your face. Don't put that thing up in your face. You're liable to get burnt. All right, now we're just going to take them out and set them with a couple of inches of space between them so that they cool evenly. Those out of there. Pop, pop, pop. That's the sound you want to hear. Awesomeness. And look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. And it was going to go in the trash. Look at that. Pop, 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 pop. Everyone. That was the last pop. So now all I have to do is let them sit here for 12, 14 hours or overnight. And then I can label them and put them on the shelf. I actually had 3 more to go. So I got 10 more minutes in here and then I'm out. Y'all have a great day. Bye.